Does the signing of Derrick Henry now make the Ravens even scarier than the Chiefs?
Hell yeah.
There's no way, because the quarterback, I still can't take Jackson over Mahomes, and Lamar did not play well again in postseason play. Listen, Lamar's Henry would do a great job. He'd be really motivated. He's got a chance to get to a Super Bowl. He's got a little something to prove. They will feed with him. That is a great signing, don't get me wrong. But still, if I told you right now, even with Henry, that the Chiefs and Ravens are playing in the 2024 AFC Championship game, and Mahomes is Mahomes and Lamar is Lamar, you'd still take the Chiefs to win the game.
No,
you
you
have
won't.
to. They won last
It'll be a
year in
close game.
Baltimore, and of course the Flowers fumbled and all. I understand, but the Chiefs still.
That's why when I listen to people like that, I feel like they ain't watched the game. Like, the Ravens didn't run the ball enough. You got Derrick Henry in the backfield, you're running the ball. And the Zay Flowers fumbling, the Zay Flowers taunting, all that played a part in it. The Chiefs played a damn near perfect game. Like, you can't play no better. It's like all the stars of the line. You got Taylor Swift up there. It was like perfect. Man, you add Derrick Henry. Come on now. Come on.
Pretty much controlled that football game. So until somebody shows me that they can derail Mahomes in a postseason game, was he 15-2 in the postseason? I still think that the Chiefs are the team to beat. But I do think, before we throw it to Ryan and Stephen A. here, this is a great signing because he'll be motivated. He'll get out of Tennessee. He'll have some help offensively, and he's going to try to win a Super Bowl. But I do think the Chiefs are still the team to beat.
I'll let RC be the judge and jury on this one. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, but I'm going to utter the word respectfully because I understand what you're saying, because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and we're talking about the reigning defending Super Bowl champion, so I get that. But when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, you look at how they played defense this year. Now we got to harken back to why did you lose in an AFC Championship game? Obviously, there was some mistakes. Zay Flowers obviously caught a touchdown in the end zone, but ultimately lost the ball. We get that part. We know that Lamar Jackson threw an interception as well. Here's what I would say to you. You lose the game 17-10. We're talking about a guy in Derrick Henry. Now, granted, he's 30 years of age, so he's not going to do what he used to do over the last 5 seasons where he's led the league in carries. He's been averaging about 306 carries, crying out loud. That's a lot of workload, but this man is a man-child. In a man's league, he's a man amongst boys at that position. So you're talking about a bell cow at the running back spot. When we talk about quarterbacks, and if we ever question what they're lacking, one of the things, Doggy, that offsets the level of skepticism that might be thrown in their way is when they have somebody in the backfield that they can hand the ball off to on a significant level. When you have that person, I don't care what quarterback you are, we're usually looking at you as being in a better situation than you were before. So now let's ask ourselves, Lamar Jackson in a better situation. Lamar Jackson. This ain't Ryan Tannehill in a better situation. This is not somebody like that, Derek Carr, somebody like that in a better situation. This is Lamar Jackson. And you just lost the game, the AFC Championship game, just by a touchdown. I'm looking at it from that standpoint. I'm seeing a defense, obviously, with Queen, he's going, and I get that that's going to compromise you to some degree. But a big-time defense with Lamar Jackson, with Zay Flowers, with your offensive coordinator that you've got. Now you get Derrick Henry in the backfield to give the ball to at least 20 times. I mean, we talk about more than that, but at least 20 times. I think that helps them immensely. I'm sorry. I think that this team right now.
Team to beat now? Team to beat in the
Well,
AFC.
listen, I think their offense, because we're asking the questions about who's scarier. Look at Kansas City. Did you get a whole wide receiver? Have I missed something? Have I missed a report? Have I missed a report?
No.
Have they acquired some DeAndre Hopkins or somebody? Have they acquired somebody? I don't know that. Until I see Patrick Mahomes getting one of those weapons, I'm going to look at Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens right now, and I'm going to say with Derrick Henry there offensively, yeah, I like them a lot.
So here is where it stands. Derrick Henry still has a ton in the tank. Derrick Henry is scary in any backfield, let alone being next to Lamar Jackson in shotgun. The last time I saw Derrick Henry in a big-time game in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half, he had a coat on the entire second half. The last time we saw a running back be the reason that a team won a Super Bowl has to be back in the 90s, 80s, the time that we like to see Mad Dog hearken to. That's not what football is anymore. You know who was the #1 rushing offense in the entire NFL last year? The Baltimore Ravens. Now tell me what that did for Todd Monken and this offense in the AFC Championship against the Kansas City Chiefs. It did absolutely nothing. They don't need to be a better running team. They need need to be a team that understands that in the critical football moments and in situational football in AFC championships and divisional rounds of the playoffs, we can call the right play for our quarterback and have them executed in the correct way. Derrick Henry doesn't have anything to do with that. Is he an imposing force? Hell yeah. You think people was running up on Gus Edwards, though? All willy-nilly? You think people felt like Gus Edwards wasn't a downhill back? That Gus Edwards wasn't great in the red zone? And then you sprinkle in Justice Hill. And then you sprinkle in Keaton Mitchell, who will be coming off of injury and can be healthy. That's not what they need. Does this make them imposing on Madden? Absolutely. Will they win the championship if this is the team you pick? Absolutely. But in playing football, in reality, having the best running back doesn't make you the best team. If you can't do the things around him to win important football games. And we haven't seen that from Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, and we haven't seen that from a team that Derrick Henry was on. And this is when he was the best running back in football. Is he still good? Yes, but he's not that.